clay, cork, etc. Now the application of these locally sourced materials. Application of these composites and possible application in building materials. Rice hulls is used in the production of hollow blocks, thereby providing insulation as well for manufacturing building materials and products for production of rice hulls binders. Fibrous building materials, brick panels, acid-proof cement. The raw material is readily available and inexpensive, while the processing equipment can be locally made. Banana leaves and stock. In the manufacture of building boards, fire-resistant fiber boards, sheep wool, it is used as an isolation material. It is fire-resistant, it purifies air, and it's also sustainable. It forms millions of tiny air pockets that traps air, helping provide thermal barrier. So having looked at some of these locally sourced materials, I'll now look at the contribution of NIBRI as a contributor in the provision of alternative building materials. The Institute has been able to develop manual brick making machine. This machine was tested and had been passed the piloting test. It was successfully used in construction of houses and can be commercialized. Another machine is paving stone making machine. The machine was successfully used in the construction of houses and can also be commercialized. It produces 1,200 paving stones per 8-hour workday. These paving stones are produced from cements, sand, and stone dust. It is used for production of paving stones for pedestrian and light vehicular traffic. Laterite grinding machine. This machine grinds laterite to required mesh size for brick block production. It eliminates material waste or laterite rejects. It guarantees high productivity, guarantees high quality of bricks or blocks produced. Electrically operated, it has grinding and sieving mechanism, ideal for use in mass housing. And it minimizes production costs for brick and block making. Laterite mixing machine. This method is mechanical. The cement and water ensures thorough mixing. It guarantees high quality of brick production. It is powered by electric motor. It enhances productivity. It eliminates drudgery of manual mixing and is ideal for use in mass housing delivery. Another product developed by NIBRI is compressed stabilized earth bricks, CSEB. They need to have an eco-friendly environment coupled with durable and cost-effective building led NIBRI to develop the compressed stabilized earth block technology, which reduces the cost of walling in building by 20 to 30%. Another locally produced materials is bamboo, laminated bamboo panels. The bamboo plant is rated as the fastest growing plant on earth. It has played an important role in livelihood of millions around the world, which has become replacement for timber. Laminated bamboo panels is viable research output, which was born out of the need to have an alternative, cheaper, and durable construction material used for flooring, wall partitions, claddings, and ceilings. NIBRI has successfully used the laminated bamboo panel as ceiling materials in its movable house. As an alternative building materials, NIBRI has also piloted a pozzolana factory in Bokos Plateau State, and Ota in Ogun State. The Institute has, in addition to its R&D activities, taken the giant step of setting up a pilot plant for production of pozzolana the first of its kind in the country. At present, Nibri has constructed 2 pozzolana plants, as I rightly said, in Ogun and Plateau State, using clay and volcanic ash as its raw material, respectively. We have also fiber concrete roofing tiles. The roof coverings also play a major role in the high costs in construction, which are mostly imported into the country. For the desire to lower construction costs, building professionals have been on the search for cost-effective and light roofing, which are durable and are less labor-intensive. Hoya is a green building material and has potential as a raw material for the production of roofing tiles like corrugated sheets and tiles. This is why Nibri research team was able to innovate a fiber concrete roofing tiles called MOU tiles, which were locally sourced material and manufactured with specially fabricated machine in order to cut down production costs. The machine required for the production of the tiles were also locally fabricated, which makes all the production process indigenous. The raw material required for the production of Nibri MOU tiles are all locally sourced and are readily available. The materials used includes fiber plants such as coconut and a small amount of Portland cement. Nibri dismantleable house. The Nibri dismantleable house presents a hybrid of innovative building construction technologies, such as dry construction, indigenous materials, green and recycled materials, and emerging technologies and composites. It is a quick assembly of affordable housing model that addresses the Nigerian housing needs, as well as having the potential to correspond to emergency needs for temporary housing provision, incorporating strategic Nibri R&D output in materials and technological processes. The benefits: building erection time, environmental performance, and cost benefits. Alternative building materials locally sourced is an excellent strategy to solving the high cost of housing provision and should be considered as they are much simpler and cheaper to implement, which will help boost the Nigerian housing industry. Nibri has clearly distinguished itself by churning out state-of-the-art research outputs and innovations, all targeted at providing a wide array of more accessible and affordable alternatives to existing technologies in the building and road construction industry. Locally sourced building materials are available, affordable, efficient, energy efficient, eco-friendly, reusable, and biodegradable. Such should be encouraged. Despite several efforts towards ensuring adequate housing, millions of Nigerians are still homeless, while many others are living in decent houses. Recommendations. The following are the recommendations drawn from this research experience. Encourage the use of alternative building systems based on locally sourced materials as a means for marrying the need for mass housing to employment and wealth generation. Restructure and adequately fund the Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute to perform its statutory role. Nominate representatives of relevant professional bodies, stakeholders, and organize private sector into the policy-making organs. Grant fiscal incentives to small and medium-scale local manufacturers of locally sourced building materials. Capacity building in terms of artisan training, e.g. masonry, carpentry, tiling, iron bending, plumbing, and electrical fitting should be encouraged. Reduce the dependency on imported machines by fabricating and using locally made ones. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, can we give the last speaker a round of applause again? The Executive Secretary, REDAN, please, we need the movement of the table and chairs for the signing of the MOU to the high table here. It's my pleasure to recognize the presence of GPF David Garba. David Garba is the Deputy Chairman of REDAN Board of Trustees. He is my father. I met him about 20 years ago. Then he was a member of the Presidential Technical Committee on Housing. Can we give him a round of applause? Recently, Shelter Afrique came up with a very innovative idea to be recognizing excellence and those who are doing exceedingly well in the promotion of affordable housing in Nigeria. During the last event in Cameroon, some organizations were honored with awards. It is my pleasure this morning, with sense of humility, to invite the Managing Director of the Shelter Afrique to please represent the award to Hydraform at the as Africa Building Technology Company of the Year. And on that note, I would like to invite the representative of Shelter Afrique, Hydraform, to please come forward and receive the award officially, now that we have the gentlemen of the press to take the pictures for them. I must put on record.
Okay. I have to say that when we made a very big blunder, this award for Hydraform, for your initiative to come up with an innovative way to build houses. We are passionate about the process because you also encourage and you retain employment. And we believe that this is going to be replicable, not only in Nigeria, but in other countries. And we would be very, very passionate about supporting you financially. So I'm not so sure if this award is going to you or your wife, but it gives us great pleasure to present it to your wife, because she's the one who's supporting you, massaging you, allowing you to enjoy the So on behalf of Shelter Afrique, we are awarding you and your wife the award for Best Innovation in Affordable Housing, which is the award we gave you in your own day on the 24th of June. Thank you.
Congratulations to Hydraform. Abuja International Housing Show can say we are the. Want to say something?
Yes, hydroform has been in the forefront of delivering affordable housing throughout Africa. We have this is a technology that has evolved over 30 years in collaboration with leading research institutions around the world. We are in 70 countries. In Nigeria, we have built over 1,500 houses in all the 36 states, including the FCT. Hydroform technology has eliminated the use of mortar joints by 70%. Our blocks are dry stacked. The beauty of it is it's just adequate enough for the African continent in terms of the way we have been building in the past. What we have done is just to modernize it. We have reduced the use of steel reinforcement by almost 90% in the building of houses. We have eliminated to the barest minimum the use of concrete and cement. So this technology is available for the generality of the African continent. Our materials are locally sourced. We have achieved in Nigeria 90% local content. Our office is a laboratory of what can be done with hydroform technology. We have built schools, we have built fire stations, we have built, name it. One of the best restaurants here in Abuja, I advise you to go and visit Waki's restaurant. Go to Waki's, was built in 2006 with hydroform building system. So, what we also should know is this technology impacts life. We call it solution to poverty. I can train you today to become a builder in just a week. All you need to do is to ready to learn. You can build with this system within 1 week. We have taught people who are not letter to rebuild their whole village in a state in Nigeria, Jigawa to be precise. So when we are talking affordability, we are not saying hydroform is the only solution. Hydroform is one of the solutions, and it's a very practical solution. Thank you. Have a lovely day.
Thank you, and we want to encourage you to continue to do this great work, sir. And I feel privileged to be with you today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, hydroform. We are very proud of you for these innovative solutions you brought into the building industry. You are most welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Congratulations to hydroform. I've not seen them. I just saw them this morning. They're supposed to have an exhibition booth here. We couldn't see their space. But we thank God that they are here at last. Over the years, we have done a lot together. We have signed a lot of MOU have been signed on this platform for hydroform. And we can say it very proudly that we are one of the leading promoters of hydroform in Nigeria. And I can also say it here that last year or 2 years ago, in collaboration with hydroform, the hydroform built the most affordable house in Abuja here. We call it Made in Nigeria house. And the total cost of that house is 3 million naira for 2 bedrooms. A few minutes ago, I got a message from South Africa, hydroform South Africa, asking me, Abuja International Housing Show, please don't forget our Made in Nigeria house that hydroform built last year, 2 years ago, is still waiting for the attention of our estate developers, is waiting for the collaboration of our state government, is waiting for the attention of our federal government. So I'd like to use the opportunity to call on all state governments. I saw the Commissioner for Housing, Jigawa State, a few minutes ago. I don't know whether he's still here. The Lagos State Commissioner, I saw him this morning. I don't know whether he's also still here. They need to do more. They need to get to hydrophone, ask questions about how they can be part of the 3 million naira 2-bedroom house. We call it Made in Nigeria House, developed by hydrophone. Can we give that product a round of applause? We are not getting to the point we have been waiting for, and that is the point where we witnessed the signing of MOU between the Shelter Afrique and the Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria. My colleagues in the media have said that today is an historic day in the history of our country when Shelter Afrique is taking us to a new dawn where developers can have easy access to funding of affordable housing. At this point, I'd like to invite the representative of the Shelter Afrique to please move forward, and the representative of REDAN, the person of the president, to join the MD of Shelter Afrique, while the witness for Shelter Afrique to be at the back of the MD, and the witness for the REDAN to also be at the back of the president, so that we can see the signing of the MOU. My colleagues in the media, I want you to be on standby. As soon as I discharge them here, you take the MD of Shelter Afrique and have a beautiful time with him. It's also necessary for me to call the chairman and the vice chairman of BOT to please join the signing of the MOU. I need to acknowledge the apology from the immediate past president of Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria. His flight was delayed this morning from Enugu, but before the end of the day, we'll be here. And that is apologies from Reverend Ugochukwu Shime. May I invite former managing director of Shelter Afrique to please conduct the signing of MOU. He is a member of Abuja International Housing Show Board, and he is also the board chairman of board of trustee of REDAN, to please conduct the signing of the MOU.
Ladies and gentlemen, the hour we have been waiting for has come. I will request the MD of Shelter Afrique and the president of REDAN to be seated. They are already so anxious to sign, so they are standing up to get started. This is a landmark for us in Nigeria. We've had very long collaboration with Shelter Afrique, between Shelter Afrique and the government of Nigeria, now being represented by the Real Estate Developers Association. Now, can I invite the director of Shelter Afrique, Mr. Laterite, to come up, please? Please, can you give him a round of applause? One of the directors representing Nigeria on the board of Shelter Afrique, Mr. Komalafe. The ceremony of today is icing of the cake for us. We've been in discussions for some time, and we've been able to find a solution. What has stalled implementation of the previous agreements, the previous MOUs, is the denomination of the loan, which for us to take a loan in dollars will have been so hazardous. It will create a lot of problems. Today, Naira is trading at about 505 to $1. There is no developer that can go and take such a loan because you don't know what the future is holding. Today, we can effectively say when we borrow 1 naira, we pay back 1 naira. and that is the advantage for us in REDAN. So, for this opportunity that has been created by the innovation of the Managing Director, Shelter Africa, and the board, and the hard work of our one and only president of REDAN, already, the father of Festus Adebayo, as he has said today, we are very delighted to have this opportunity today, and we pray that God Almighty will bless this union. Can I say amen? Thank you. So can you please, can we have the copies of the MOU? One to the MD, and one to the chair, the president of REDAN, then they will sign this for society. And I want to thank the management of the Abuja International Housing Show, especially Mr. Festus Adebayo, who has been the motivator, the man who is going up and down to make these things possible. Thank you very much, Festus. So please, can you append your signature on the document? Can we have some light music going on? Very gentle, slow music on the background.
Can we have some light music, please?
All those of us who are seated here today, we are witnessing the making of history. And I think in the next 2 years or so, we'll be clapping for what has been achieved by the signing of this MOU between Shelter Africa and Real Estate Developers Association. The initial intervention will be provision of 1,000 units of housing in each of the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. So in the next 2 years or so, we're expecting 6,000 units to have been delivered. And that will be the beginning of the implementation of this activity. Because we will have laid the foundation for this, and we believe that when we break the barrier by starting, then the revolution proper will be in effect. So we are expecting that this will be an ongoing activity. And I think for all our partners, the financial people, the building materials people, this is the time to act. And I think for the building materials producers, this is the time to go to the Bank of Industry. Let the Bank of Industry sponsor all these samples of building materials that are possible to be started in Nigeria. The Bank of Industry will be delighted to finance them, and let's have them located in all parts of Nigeria where these raw materials are. It is not a good thing for us to be repeating research products year and year and year and year. Let us see them practicalized. Let us see the building materials practicalized. Let the Bank of Industry assist us in funding them so that these local materials can be available in all parts of Nigeria. I think, do you agree with me? Thank you very much. Let's make sure, let's see the question. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I will request the MD and the president to keep standing now. Like a marriage ceremony, they will look at each person's eye. Can you face yourself and look at the other person's eye and smile and shake your hands and exchange the document. Can you exchange it now? Can you exchange it? Please, can we clap for them as they are doing this, please? And now this is the beginning of the marriage. We pray that this marriage will be blessed and will be fruitful in Jesus' name. Thank you very much. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations to Shelter Afrique. Congratulations to Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria. May this marriage produce as many houses as possible. Please, good photograph. Good photograph the management of Shelter Afrique with the management of REDAN. You can join us after this one. It is a marriage, serious marriage. It's a serious marriage. This kind of marriage now, no be children they produce now houses. The next, please permit me to invite the Pioneer Chief Executive of Nigeria Mortgage Finance Company, please be seated, to make a comment on this collaboration for Shelter Afrique to marry Real Estate Developers Association Nigeria and to tell her that they want to produce 6,000 houses. By what amount of jobs are we expecting? Former MD of NMRs, Professor Charles Iyakete, to please come forward.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stand on existing protocol. It is an event of delight to witness the collaboration between Shelter Afrique and REDAN. This collaboration is long overdue, and it brings together the financiers and the developers. It's something that is critical for moving forward. Today, we witness the culmination of a long process that has resulted in REDAN and the Shelter Afrique, the key financier of real estate, coming together. Collaboration has always been the name of the game. If you look along the housing value chain, we need to collaborate at every point. And if you look at every point in that process, from land title and assembly of land through to construction, mortgage, and refinancing, and even securitization, what brings all of these together is that each one is a financing point. And that financing point has been crystallized today with this execution of the MOU marking the collaboration between Shelter Afrique and REDAN. I would now call upon all of you present here who are part of this industry, the built industry, to do your part in making this collaboration work. I'm hoping to see that the buildings that are coming up will be green buildings. They'll be those that are sustainable for the environment, and we will, like NDRI told us today, NIPRI, that we ought to be using our local materials. We're all for that. We want to green our economy in terms of greening our environment as well. And in doing so, we will build a future for our next generation and the many generations to come in the built environment. Thank you, and congratulations to REDAN, congratulations to Shelter Afrique. I think, Andrew, you'll be getting a lot of titles, chieftaincies and whatever else, as you build houses across the 6 geopolitical zones. Very well done. I know what it takes to build a collaboration, and I'm wishing you well. We want to see not 6,000 houses, but 6,000 multiplied by a few factors of it as we move forward. Very well done.
Let me give Professor Charles Yagete, the pioneer civil executive, and NRC a round of applause. Yes, we are getting to the end of the program, and the #1 estate surveyors and valuers in Nigeria are just coming. And later at the time, marriage is taking place between 2 very important organizations in our industry. So permit me to invite the president of Nigeria Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, Chief Hima Wike, to make a comment on this marriage. Can we give him a round of applause?
I hope I can take this home. Will you collect it back after now? Well, I want to, on behalf of the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, congratulate you for this wonderful marriage. We are in the same sector of real estate, and we have the challenge to ensure that we reduce the deficit in housing in Nigeria. And I'm happy that the 2 powerful organizations has come together to work in synergy for us to ensure that we reduce this housing problem in Nigeria. I want to congratulate you. Also want to assure you that estate surveyors and valuers, we're going to support you in areas of professionalism, in areas of capacity building. I want to assure you that so long as this marriage will be positive, put us as one of those that will work with you. On behalf of the institution, we congratulate you, and we are ready to collaborate with you. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, my president. Before we move on, may we invite the managing director of Shelter Afrique to make a brief comment on this MOU. Okay. On this note, may I invite the National Organizing Secretary of REDAN to give us a vote of thanks. National Organizing Secretary, REDAN, please come over for the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a long day and a fruitful one for that matter. As I stand on the existing protocol already established, permit me to recognize the President of Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, REDAN, our humble president, who we now call the 5-star president, who has always been on his toes. Please, a round of applause will make him happy. Dr. Aliu Wamako. Permit me also to recognize our partner. I may not be able to call the name. Okay, Andrew Chipwanda, yes, of huge appreciation, because in fact we are celebrating him. He has come to deliver what he has promised to REDAN. And we know that in this marriage, it's a marriage that is going to produce fruit. It's a marriage that is going to expand beyond our imagination of today. I also recognize everyone, without mentioning names, that have come to make this REDAN Day a success. We appreciate the organizers of Abuja International Housing Show that has given us this enabling environment to project ourselves as a leader in the industry. We know that this housing show grows year in, year out through the hard work of the visionary, Festus Adebayo, and his board of directors and management. We can only continue that as we continue to rise higher and higher for Nigeria, for Africa, for the world. It's our dream that very soon the whole world will participate in this show, because it's a pride for Nigeria. Permit me to recognize all the ESCO and the staff of REDAN, in and out, who have come to make this a success. We appreciate you. It's been a work that we know you are capable of when we decided that there should be REDAN Day, and you did not disappoint us. Permit me to recognize everyone who traveled around the country to come here to grace this occasion, the participants, the cameramen, the media people, for making this a success. We appreciate you. And we know that next year when we invite you, you are going to be here. But next year, when we are here, my president, we shall be talking about the number of houses we have built through this marriage. God bless you all. Thank you.
Can we give the National Organizing Secretary a round of applause? Yes, we have gotten into the end of this session, so it's time to say, to announce to you some of the program we now have left for us to conclude this year, 2021 Abuja International Housing Show. On Monday, we have a cocktail. These are site events we'll be having, powered by Hal Bagno, a leading bathroom technology company. And on Tuesday, we had a cocktail powered by Royal Ceramics Company. And yesterday was another beautiful time when Octo 5 hosted us with a very beautiful dinner in a popular hotel at Asokoro. Tonight, the Abuja International Housing Show will be hosting stakeholders, partners to our own dinner. And it's going to take place inside this hall. And that is why we are going to close very early so that we can package this hall into a different way, that when we come in, all of us will enjoy it. We have prepared different people who entertain us, since we are going back to our various destinations tomorrow. But before the AITS dinner, I've been informed that by 3 o'clock today, women women in real estate in REDAN, and the women in the real estate industry. They will be meeting here by 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. here. And after that, by 5 p.m., REDAN will be hosting us. We should not go beyond 2 hours, though, and people should not eat there, so that they can eat later in the evening here. So dinner will be REDAN will be hosting us to a cocktail party at Chelsea Hotel by 5 o'clock today. We plan that it's going to be as short as possible, so that we can join the AIK's dinner by evening. On behalf of the Board of Advisory of Abuja International Housing Show, I want to say a very big thank you to Shelter Afrique Managing Director, especially his team, his board, and also to the President of Nigeria, who is my father, members of the executive, and all members of Real Estate Developers Association Nigeria. I must also not end without thanking all the commissioners for housing who have been around since Monday, all presidents of professional bodies. I want to say a very big thank you to you. Hope to see you by evening. Enjoy your remaining part of the day. Bye. The evening program, the REDAN is 5 p.m. at Chelsea Hotel. The Abuja International Housing Show is 6:30 in this venue. Please take note.